Today I'm going to give you 3 phone sales techniques that actually work. I'm talking about really work, and the third one I actually use on a daily basis. That's my go-to because I do phone sales every single day, still to this day. I'm Isaac Guzman. I'm with Real Estate CEOs powered by LPT, and I'm here to show you exactly how you can get more sales and break through a lot of that initial tension on a phone call. Now, for years, I've had a successful sales career, whether it's software, real estate, recruiting, all of the above. I've been extremely successful at that and also teaching other people, but I haven't quit. I'm still in the trenches every single day making sales calls. So I'm going to walk you through exactly what this looks like. Make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel because we're always giving you the best, most relevant information on how to increase your sales, especially in the world of real estate. And so that's what we're breaking down. Also, like and share this video because it's going to help more than just you, so share the wealth. And then if you do have any questions or you just love what you're seeing on our channel, make sure you drop a comment because we love hearing the feedback. If you have any questions or anything like that, you can always reach out to us as well. There's plenty of ways to get in touch with us in the description below. So let's jump right into those 3 things that you can use to alleviate the initial resistance that you feel when you get a phone call. Let's break that down real quickly because sales, I was always taught by one of my coaches that your number one job in sales is to lower sales skepticism. And one of the most sketchy and skepticism raising things you can do is have a very formal introduction on a phone call. Right? People don't necessarily like taking phone calls from salespeople, especially if it's like a cold call. And so that's where job number 1 is, lowering their sales skepticism. So having a very formal intro, hey, hi, is this Bob? My name is Isaac and I'm a real estate agent here in San Diego. They already have a certain degree of resistance, not because they don't like you or don't like real estate agents or they're just a mean person. It's just a natural reflex, the same way that when you walk into a shoe store and a salesperson walks up and goes, hey, is there anything specific I can help you find today? You go, no, thanks, just looking, even though like you totally are in a shoe store to buy shoes, right? So again, don't take it personal, but know that there's something that is called resistance or tension that comes from that skepticism. So the first thing I'm going to tell you that you can do is that you have to have some fun with it. And one of the main things is finishing a conversation. Because a salesperson, think about the last phone call you've made. If you've ever made a sales call, what were you thinking when you, especially if it was a cold call, you're like right there in front of your computer. Like, oh man, I hope this goes well. I want this to really go well. I'm ready with my script and I'm ready and I'm ready and I'm ready. And I got my intro ready to go and I got my big smile. That's a salesperson. A person just having a regular phone conversation, they're not like that. They're doing other things. Think about, instead of your last sales call, think about the last time you called one of your friends or your brother or sister, somebody you know. What were you doing? Were you sitting there really focused? Oh my goodness, they're about to pick up the phone. What am I going to say? No. You're probably like cooking dinner, talking to somebody else. Hey, watch it to the dog or your kid. Right? Or in my wife's case, her husband, right? So what I mean by that is, here's how you approach it. What if you were finishing up, this is technique number 1, what if you were finishing up a conversation when they answered? Even a fake conversation. So it sounds something like this. Ring, ring, they pick up and they go, hello? And I go, yeah, just in 2 minutes, I'll be able to get to that, buddy, okay? Oh, hello? That's a human calling another human. They're not turned off by this. Why? Because the last calls they got from their friends and people that they actually want to talk to, that's exactly how it started. Try it today. Tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead and make a cold call right now and start like that and see if it was easier to get into conversation like that than having a super prepared opening line. This might be contrary to stuff you've seen on other YouTube channels. I don't know. Maybe they're better than me at this, but here's what I know works. And you know what? Let me actually address something. I'm kind of a scaredy cat. I've been making cold calls for years and I still don't find it very easy. But these things help me make it transition a little bit easier. And here's what I know, especially when I'm selling to other salespeople. So I do a lot of sales to other salespeople, whether I'm recruiting or just trying to get an offer accepted for an agent on the team. I have to talk to salespeople. And so a lot of times, if I can just initiate the conversation with a low degree of stress and pressure, and it doesn't seem like I'm this professional salesperson that has this very scripted intro, I tend to get in the conversation a little easier. It seems easier for them as well. And I've been getting great results doing this for the last few years. Number 2, in between appointments, there's two ways. There's other people who coach something similar, and we use the same thing, which is like, hey, just giving you a quick call. Actually, in between appointments, I'm reaching out to a few people, right? What that shows is that you're not trying to talk very long. Most people, they don't mind having a quick conversation about something if they know that it has a short end time. Right? So, hey, I'm calling in between appointments means this should be a short conversation. And that lowers that pressure, that lowers that sales skepticism because they go, okay, you're not going to try to probably sell me something in between appointments, right? You might just be gathering some information. So that's the second tip. Works really well. We oftentimes, we take it a little step further and the person picks up and we go, hey, is this Bob? And they go, yeah, Bob. Hey, this is Isaac with LPT Realty or Your Home Team or whatever I'm calling for. And oh, you know what? Oh my God, I didn't even realize what time it was. I just super quick. I'm up against an appointment right now, but I was curious. Could you help me out real fast? Right. So like that intro right there eases it in because it throws them off. They're not used to dealing with somebody who has a problem showing up, stops and starts the conversation. It's really clunky. And that actually helps because again, they don't feel like they're being bombarded with this salesperson. Right. Now, the last one is the one that I literally use every single day. It's my go-to. These other ones I'll use from time to time, but this one is like every day I use this when I'm making cold calls. And it's the clunky start with a laugh. Okay. So the one I used today, no joke, today used it, is they pick up the phone, they go, hello. And I'm like, oh my goodness, hello, can you hear me? And they go, yeah, who's this? I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. As soon as you picked up, I dropped my phone like a dum-dum. And it probably sounded crazy on your end. Is this Robin? Right? Like that throws them off. And I promise you, it just creates that human part because they don't see, most people don't see, I know I don't, even though I'm a salesperson, I don't see salespeople on the other end of the line as like real humans. Right? And that's part of the resistance that we give salespeople is that we don't think about them being a real human. We think about them being in some cubicle in some massive call center with some headset on and like, Glengarry, Glen Ross and Boiler Room playing on this TV screens with some manager walking around saying coffee's for closers and the leads aren't weak, you're weak, and all those other images get conjured up. But what if the person starts laughing and is like, oh my goodness, I'm such a dork, I dropped my phone as soon as you picked up, Butterfingers. You're like, okay, other human, what's up, how can I help you? So I'm telling you, these work. Try them. If you don't believe they work, here's something that I'm a big believer in. You should challenge and question me. You should be like, dude, I don't think that'll work. But here's the thing. I don't think you have the right to tell me it won't work unless you try it. Right? I think that's the coward's way of saying it won't work is going, it won't work because of this and that and this and that would never work. Okay, well, try it before you come and tell me it doesn't work. I'm telling you it works, but go ahead and test it out for yourself. I think the right way to question and challenge everything, which I think you should, is to actually do it, go out and try it as prescribed, and then record what's happening, measure your results, and then bring it back to the person and go, hey, here's what I saw. Did I miss something? Or does it not work anymore? Or did something break? Right? So that's something that I really encourage you to do is go out and actually try these things. I think you might be surprised at the results that you see and the lack of friction in that initial part. And at the very least, you'll probably feel a lot less stressed when you start off with a laugh. As a matter of fact, another quick bonus tip is I tell agents, I'm like, if you don't want to go this far as going to like finishing a fake conversation or having that clunky star or doing the, oh my God, I didn't realize what time it was script, at the very least, be laughing when they pick up the phone. Salespeople that are there, they're sharks, the ones that we don't want to talk to, they're never laughing when they pick up the phone. They're not finishing up a funny conversation. They're there ready to hunt and kill you, right? And so that's really one of the things that I think it'll help you feel less pressure. But remember that your tone, your body language, the anxiety you feel, it transfers through your voice. So the calmer you are, the more relaxed you are, even just using these exercises just to calm yourself, that's going to translate in that initial part of the call. Now, that's not to say you're magically going to get a sale that you wouldn't have gotten because you transitioned that beginning of the call really well, but it will get you into that flow a lot easier. I'm really committed. I fully believe this. I use it every single day, and I trust that you will go out and use it, test it, and bring back any feedback that you have. Until next time, happy selling.